Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and I'm here in my studio this evening. I just finished up a project, and I've had a really good question presented to me, and that is, how do I manage my time to get so much stuff done? Uh, my first impulse is to say that I don't, because honestly, most of the time it's just panicked chaos. But I've been taking steps, especially since here in the past, 6 or 7 months, the business has, our Randy and I's business has really been growing and changing. And I want to talk a little bit about that because that influences my priorities. And that's something that you have to do first and foremost, is set your priorities. For years, Randy and I's main and almost only priority was inventory for events that we go and vend at. Most years we would sell at anywhere from like 20 some odd to 30 some odd conventions and craft shows and art festivals. I mean, just events that not all of them were local. In fact, probably a good only 2 or 3 maybe at the most were ever local. Just to be able to find that many events, we were always having to travel because we lived chronically in small towns, because they're affordable to live in. But that's a completely different topic. So we would book the event, we mark it on our calendar, and we just try to make inventory. And mixed in with that started updating a website. And that's where some people are very good at organized things and updating websites and doing Etsy posts and social media, and I'm not good at any of that. Like, it all gets very frustrating and overwhelming very quickly because it's always like that 10-minute segment of the day that I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down and post a bunch of crap to the internet. And by crap, I mean my life's work. And the internet will be like, nah, what? No, you don't have any Wi-Fi. And I'm like, I was just on Facebook for like an hour. No internet problems whatsoever as soon as I start actually trying to... Anyway, it's not like that happens pretty frequently. So I found very quickly that I wasn't very good. I wasn't able to have a presence everywhere that I wanted to have a presence. I found it was much more effective for me to update my website, my DeviantArt, and my Facebook. And then Instagram and Facebook kind of paired together, so now I'm able to do my website, my DeviantArt, my Facebook, and my Instagram. But it's like I started trying to throw in a Tumblr, and everything crashed down because it's like I got to a point where it was like just overwhelming to try to even think about it. And so if you're going to pick something, even if it's just one thing, to commit to that one. Don't try to overextend yourself and have at least anywhere from, like, for me, I was able 3 is my max. And even then I struggle most of the time. But and commit to doing those well and consistently, because consistency online is key. A lot of the algorithms, if I post once a month on my Facebook business page, it's not going to get the kind of views that same post would have gotten if I were posting daily, is preferable, bi-weekly maybe, at least once a week, just something to keep your page relevant and your content relevant to, for lack of a better term, your fans and your followers and the people who care, and want to see what you're doing. Because otherwise it just gets shuffled into the rug, under the rug, something. I don't know. Like, it'll get lost in the grand expanse of the internet. And so that was something that was a part of time management, that I was like, how much time am I actually going to spend on this? Whenever my priority was to do inventory. Now, I also have recently greatly prioritized fitness. So every morning now I get up and I either do yoga or I practice along with my Nerd Fitness Academy, which is super cool. Like, I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I'm already down like 3 pounds, y'all, and it's still in my first week. But I figured, if all the time that I take during the day fretting about, oh, I wish I were fitter, oh, I wish I were, oh, if wishes were fishes kind of junk. Now, I spend less time working out and then feeling good about it for the rest of the day than what I did sitting around moping, about, not having taken that step. So I get that out of the way first thing in the morning, and I take my shower and do my coffee. It's like trying to establish some sort of routine has become essential for me. Especially now that I can't even organize a video. How do y'all think I can time manage? I know this is as organized as I get, you guys. But in all reality, though, now that we've started being what I feel like is beyond my wildest dream of successful on YouTube, our online sales have increased, so now that's become a higher priority. I have almost 200 patrons at the time of recording, which has become a very high priority. And we're still doing one show a month, so inventory is still a priority. So we're still getting custom work in from that, as well as custom work in from YouTube. And it's like, so anybody who has placed custom orders with me or purchased from the website or anything like that, thank you guys so much. You guys have been way more patient with me than I have, because it's like, and I've offered folks refunds even whenever it's like, sorry, it's been like 3 weeks since you placed your order, would you like a refund? And they're like, no, just whenever you get to it. And I'm like, thank you. So I've been very blessed with for the most part, really great clients who are very understanding of my complete incompetence. I'm working on it. And I know that's not the side of a business person that people want to see, but that's the reality of what's going on. Is I don't really have much better of an idea than anybody else who's doing this. And logically, I know what I need to be doing, but the reality of what happens doesn't always line up. And that's, I wanted to share with y'all, that happens to the best and the worst of us. It's okay, just pick yourself up and move on. This is also a message to future Vaughn. If you're watching this, you can do it. Just keep going. You're awesome. You can do this. That goes to all of us. So that's just an inkling into just what's been off branching from YouTube. We do daily uploads. I try to reply to everybody's comments. And usually if something's on my mind, and it's like, I need to do this, I need to get this done, and before you know it, a week and a half has gone by and I still have not caught up on my messages, I'll set a timer and I'll sit down for anywhere from 15 minutes to a full hour, depending on the priority of it, and just focus on that one thing for an hour. Nothing else matters but that one thing. Nobody's texts get answered. No, nothing else. Like, I mean, bathroom and food, but it's like usually I'll take care of that and then sit down for my hour. It's like nothing's getting cleaned. There can be tumbleweeds of dog fur, just chasing each other through the house. It's not getting dealt with until I get done with that task. And that's honestly the only way that I get anything accomplished, is by just obsessively focusing on that one task for that moment. And then the whole project might not be completely done, but you're that much closer. You've gotten that much of focused work done. What am I even talking about? Oh yeah, time management. So yeah, it's setting timers. It's a Fly Lady tactic. Actually, those of y'all if any of y'all are not familiar with Fly Lady and you want to be better at cleaning your house and keeping things managed and juggled, check her out. I didn't retain anything else. I don't go to bed with a shiny sink every night. That's just not the kind of person I am. I'm filthy and awful. But I can set a timer like a champ. And that's how I juggle yard work. Because I mean, if you think about it, 30 minutes a day, even just 15 to 20 minutes a day, accumulates throughout the week to 2 hours spent on that task. And if you spent 2 hours all in one go, that's a pretty substantial dent that you've made in your housework. And that's if you only did it once a week. But 2 hours focused on housework is inane and exhausting, and I hate it. But I can do 15 minutes. And I know the house is going to get dusty again, and I know the floors are going to need swept again. See my broom sitting unused in the corner next to some dust bunnies. But you can set a timer and you can do it. And just that feeling of accomplishment gets a little addicting, at least for me it does. So it's like, all right, we did that, let's do something else. And set another timer and just keep it going, get it done. And that's how I recommend your time management, is making a list can help. That's something that actually Randy and I have started going through, and my more tech savvy friends have highly recommended spreadsheets to me, but I don't understand that witchcraft. So I have a notebook and a highlighter and a pen, and I'm just gonna flip the pages real quick because I don't want people to see. But these are all of the orders that have been placed and filled. This one still needs filled, it hasn't been highlighted, but we're coming through, and they're all written down, all of their contact info, all of their shipping information. Like, so now you can really see the more recent ones. I need to get on that so bad. And I have a binder clip that just binds off the ones that I don't need to flip through. But like, some of them, like I have custom work, confession time, you guys. I have custom work from back in April that still hasn't been completed. Now I've been in contact with the client and they know what's going on. But for me, that's a tremendous source of guilt and anxiety that, like, you know, at 1:30 in the morning, I'll be laying there in bed being like, I'm a failure and suck at everything in the whole wide world. And logically, that's not the case. I just need to get my, the ball rolling on this, like, 20 things, and I'll be fine. So, again, it's a disaster. Someone help me. Ember, come back. My cat left. She's like, no one can help you. But that helps with that. Just having it all in one place, and it gives you at least that first step in semblance of control. Because more often than not, my imagination will get way carried away, and it'll be like, oh my god, I have like 50 orders that I need to fill, like, right now. And it's like, no, it's just like 20. You're okay. It's still horrible, but let's get on this. We can do it. It makes it much more tackable, and just being able to highlight it off, like, physically, like, hear the markers squeak across the page, is very gratifying. It's very encouraging, and I thrive on instant gratification and constant, like, gold sticker run, you're breathing still. You didn't crap yourself today, good job. I don't have the highest of standards for my level of success. Why do you guys even watch my videos? Like, honestly, this is a mess. Like, I'm here trying to, like, give advice, and the best advice I can give is to just, I don't know, fake it till you make it. Like, honest, I know I say that about everything. Hey. Yeah. And she's upper management over here, checking in, being like, why aren't you working? It's like, I am working, boss. I'm shooting a video. Oh, yeah. So good, baby. Oh. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Sorry, that's her preferred way of getting picked up ever since she was a kitten. You see, oh my gosh, can you see all this fur? She's like, don't stop. But, she doesn't like me touching underneath her tummy. But that's not what this video is about. Oh, my good kitten. But yeah, and it's priorities. We talked about that a little bit, touched on it really loosely. But, honestly, Brandy's the one that we should be talking to, because he's the one that keeps everything together. I just make stuff and make messes, and then he goes around and feeds me and cleans up after me. So, but were I on my own, this is the advice I would give myself. It's like, so you don't have to have a Randy to rely on. It's helpful, but it also, I'm perfectly content to eat fruit, like raw vegetables, fruit, and canned soup all day, where Randy's like, can we have hot food for dinner? I'm like, what? What do you mean you don't want kale out of the yard again? What was that noise, Ember Cat? Okay, so I'm gonna focus some more. But yeah, the question was, how do I do my time management for keeping my business going and doing everything? And that's it. Sometimes I'll take a day and just shoot a bunch of videos, like how I'm doing today. I've been working all day on this project over here. I'm so excited about it. And I try to get my social media out of the way first thing in the morning. but sometimes we'll get anywhere from like 50 to 90 messages on Facebook in a day, and I'm so sorry that I don't answer everybody, but sometimes I mute the phone because it's like it'll blow up a bit, and I'm like, I can't right now. I'm trying to like go to the bathroom and wash my hair, and like I can't. So you have to be able to establish lines and boundaries and kind of figure out. Speaking of which, hey Randy, can I get your help answering a question?
Yeah, what's up?
How do we do time management?
Who's asking?
One of my friends on Facebook.
Well, the answer would be very poorly.
Yeah, that's basically what I just spent the past quarter of an hour telling everybody. It's like we don't. We flail around and cry a lot.
We try to prioritize by what needs done first or what's available to be done.
Yeah, availability of resources really influences what orders we're able to fill and which ones we aren't, what inventory we're able to make, which ones we can't. And from my perspective, keeping the client in the loop is the healthiest way of going about that, letting them know as immediately as I find out, hey, I'm so sorry, but your project's going to take longer than anticipated. Would you like a refund? Would you like, are you okay with that? As opposed to waiting 2 months and then being like, where's my stuff?
I haven't heard from you.
Yeah, and me being like, what? What do you mean I just took your money? But no, we try to keep them in the loop, and sometimes I drop the ball on that, and that's my bad, but I always try to own up to it. I don't know how many times we've refunded someone's order and then still sent them what they purchased as I'm sorry, but thank you for being so nice about it. So any other good advice?
If you're a list person, make a list, prioritize that way.
The listing. Yeah, I showed them our notebook of very briefly of like orders and grocery lists, just lists of stuff that need to get done. I had recommended setting a timer.
Sure.
For might not defeat the whole project, but at least you got that little bit more done.
Sure.
Is that good advice?
Yeah.
Well, for stuff like cleaning the house, just focusing on the yard work especially. Like, I've been setting a timer and going out and making sure that I get that much of the yard work done. But hey, I was using that. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this very poorly organized. Again, not the best person to ask about time management. Maybe Google it or something. I know I should Google it. How do time manage better? Thank you. Alright, I love all of you. I'll see you guys around. Have a wonderful day. Bye.